Welcome to the English Out Loud podcast, a podcast where I give you tips on how you can enhance your spoken English. There are many podcasts out there. Thank you for choosing this one to dedicate a little time in your day to because well, this is my 50th episode. Things have come quite a ways. If you heard the difference right now and then you listen back to my earlier episodes, you'd say, whoa, well, listen to this guy. He's a little more confident in himself, isn't he? Well, yes, indeed. I am 50 episodes deep, and I have plans for the future. Plans for the future of this podcast, and many, many great things that I am looking forward to sharing with you as a fan, as a listener, as a subscriber, as somebody who is interested in learning. Well, my friend, I'm going to be there to guide you through. And so today for my 50th episode, I've decided I'm going to celebrate just a little bit by chatting about myself again. I'm not going to take time today with another lesson. There's lessons in previous episodes, and there are going to be many more lessons in later episodes. Let me take a little time to talk about me today, to talk about what I want to do, what you can get excited for, and just for you to get to know me a bit. Why not? So if you're the kind of listener who prefers, the lesson style things, well, you know what? I'll let you know right from the start. I'll give some tips here and there, but I'm mostly going to be talking about me. Yeah, I'm not offended. I mean, hey, if you don't want to hear, you don't want to hear. But if you do want to hear, if you want to know a little bit about the man behind the mic and what's to come, so this is the episode for you. This is the episode for you indeed. Now, first off, I start most episodes saying I'm from Toronto. I introduce myself to most of my students saying I'm from Toronto. However, I've grown up in different towns and cities most of my life. I was first born in a small town. Then I moved to kind of a medium-sized city. Then I moved to another small town. Then I moved back to a city. Then I moved back to the small town. And then I moved back to the city again. Then I moved back to the small town again. And then I moved to Toronto. And then I moved to Monterey. And the truth is, today, I'm the kind of guy that can kind of get up and move. Honestly, I know that there's a lot of people out there who like to live their lives in one spot. They've got their home, they've got their neighborhood and their friends and family. That's not me, though. I'm someone who likes to get out, go on an adventure, see new cities, meet new friends, and learning languages. That's another thing. I got one language down, but I've got to get on to more. I've got to start picking up on another language. I'd like to get like Portuguese. You know what I mean? And Italian, Portuguese. Because after you got Spanish, that's what would naturally come next. Italian, Portuguese, or French. And French I have studied, but I didn't practice. So I have a foundation for French probably that I could call upon, but I've got to take a little more time practicing it, you know what I mean? Well, I'd move around a lot as a kid. And in my life today, well, I'm married to a Mexican woman. I'm living in Mexico. And considering for profession, we'll do a little bit of moving around as well. And when the point comes that we do move back to Canada, well, we're still going to have to do quite a bit of moving around for her to find the opportunities. I mean, hey, lucky me, I work online. I can live and work wherever, right? So my point is, the way I've been raised is that it's okay to move around. The whole world is available to you. And today that totally suits my lifestyle, and it's really helping me thrive. As a kid, it was a little bit tough. It was hard to make friends that you'd hold on to for a long time. And I mean, I would go years without speaking to people, and I'd find them on social media, but by that point it's like, you're not really friends anymore. You're just people who were friends when you were kids. Well, anyway, these days, I can use my ability to do that to my advantage. My point is, in the long run, the adversities that we grow up around, the tough things that we go through, they help us grow, don't they? It's kind of incredible. By the time you're an adult, they can really help you through quite a few things and help you understand many things. So, adversity makes you strong. Or so they say anyway. What does that mean anyway? Adversity makes you strong. This is something that you'll hear maybe motivational people say. I wouldn't consider myself a motivational speaker by any stretch of the word. But adversity makes you strong. Well, that's to say difficulties and misfortune. These things make you into the person that you become. They make you strong. Difficulties, bad luck, hardship, well, you come out refined for it. I mean, hey, also in my case, this whole podcast, this whole experiment of a podcast, which has totally taken over my life in some ways, has been kind of thanks to the current world circumstances, which have been terrible, but they've pushed me to, look at other ways of doing business, to look at other ways of exposing myself professionally. And I think this has been a great medium for doing that, hasn't it? I mean, you're listening. We're already a few minutes in, and you haven't stopped listening yet. So that's something. I'm sure many people have stopped listening by now, but you have gotten to this point in this recording, which goes to say that my adversity is helping us both get stronger, isn't it? Let me get into a few things that are coming in the weeks and months to come between now and September. Quite a few good things. First off, there's this fantastic app. It's called Clubhouse. Clubhouse. You may have heard of this. You may not have heard of Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a new social media. It is pretty cool. And it's an audio-only social media. Clubhouse. I've been on this a bit lately. I've been just listening so far, but I'm going to start talking soon enough. You see, you go on, and you can check all the categories that you want to hear about. If you want to hear about politics, if you want to hear about the environment, if you want to hear about music, or for me, I mean, I listen to a lot of things about podcasting. I listen to other podcasters talk and give advice on what they can do because, hey, that's my interest. Well, you can go on Clubhouse and you can listen to professionals in a field, people who are generally pretty high-profile people, it seems like, quite a few of them. You can listen to them talk, and I take notes. I mean, I pull up my Google Docs. I just pull up Google Docs, or else I make notes on my phone. And while these folk are talking, I'm making notes. Making notes always about what they're saying. These people are they're giving all this advice. These are people who will go and give a conference, speech, and you got to pay $1,000 ticket. They're there talking. You get, anyway, very high profile people on there. It's incredible. And as a matter of fact, I will be on there speaking as well. All about the accent. I'll be talking about this kind of stuff, and you'll be able to hear me live. I will have, a group of some moderators, people who can control the conversation a little bit, and you will be able to ask me questions, and I'll be able to talk to you. We can chat face to face. I can give you some accent tips on the spot. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? I'll give out some freebies. I'll give out some free chats, but I will be on this app, Clubhouse. Now, here's the thing about Clubhouse. At the moment, Clubhouse is an invite-only app. Now, that's an interesting concept, isn't it, right? Invite-only app. I believe it's because they have a small team of developers, and they didn't want it to blow up like Twitter or, Instagram and have it crashing and stuff like that. So in the long run, they say it will be open to everybody. There won't be an invite-only feature. But at the moment, it's an invite-only kind of thing, just so that it can expand at a sustainable rate, and they're not overwhelmed. So this thing's growing, though. I've invited a couple friends. They really like it. I've actually invited Francisca Martinez, who I had an interview with her a while back, and she is now launching her coaching company, and she'll be on there, doing her thing as well. So what am I saying here? I'm saying Clubhouse. that is the first big thing. That's going to be starting ASAP. I'll be on Clubhouse. I'll be talking. People will be listening. And try and get yourself invited. I believe it's also only for iPhone at the moment. But that's okay. You know, iPhone, whether you got it, whether you don't, it'll be open to everybody in the long run. But if you can get an invite. Actually, you know what? I have one invite. I'm able to send one invite to one person. So, if you want to get that one invite, here's what you got to do. Send me a DM on Instagram. Go on Instagram, follow me at en.outloud. First person to do that, I'll give him an invite. Isn't that a nice deal? You give me a follow, I'll give you an invite. That's a pretty good one. So, try that out. Send me a message on Instagram. I've seriously only got one right now. If I get 10 messages on Instagram asking for an invite, unfortunately I can only send one. But if I get more invites, I'll give some more away. And I think I will get some more in the future. So, send me a message on Instagram. Ask me for an invite. First person to do it gets an invite. That's the first thing coming up is Clubhouse. The next thing coming up is also Instagram as well. Some more social media. I'm going to be very active on there in the days to come. I'm going to get on Instagram and just be posting. I got a brand new phone now. I didn't have a phone for a few months since October. Now we're in April. I was free. I was phone free. Oh, the liberation. I will tell you. It's good. It's so nice to live without a phone. However, you need it. If you want to keep up with the other people, you need a phone. So I got a phone. Now I can get on Instagram. I can make some reels. I can make some really good content. So check me out, EN Out Loud. And I'm going to have a lot of good stuff coming. Another thing coming is a blog. A blog. What is a blog? I told a student today, I'm going to make a blog. They said, I hope it tastes good. They said, enjoy your blog. I hope it tastes good. You see, they understood a blog was some sort of soup, maybe? It doesn't sound appetizing, does it? To eat the word like blog doesn't sound like something I would want to eat. If I saw that on a menu and it said blog, I wouldn't even ask what was in it because I wouldn't want to ruin my appetite. But anyway, they told me to enjoy it, and I said, no. A blog is something that you write. It's not food. A blog is written posts. And a blog is kind of like an article. It's almost as if it's like a personal article that I'm writing about a very specific niche. What is a niche? A niche is a specific subject. So I'm writing about this niche of the American accent in my blog, and enjoy. I'll have that posted in the next few weeks. Another thing, this coming week I'll be collaborating with another podcaster, Intrepid English podcast. We're just going to have an episode. We'll be chatting. We're going to talk about some ideas. I'll have some questions for her. She'll have some questions for me. It's going to be productive, I believe. And you're going to learn something because even if you listen to how she speaks and how I speak, okay, for one, you'll notice glottal T's. She uses glottal T's more than I do. That's how British people speak. They use a lot of glottal T's. And if you listen closely, you'll just notice maybe idiomatic expressions that she uses that I'm unfamiliar with, and vice versa. I'll say other things that, she may not understand even, because simply where we're from, we talk differently. It's an interesting thing. And so we're going to be doing that next week. We'll have a great chat. And finally, a video course. Video courses are coming. Video courses. You see, I'm delaying my release on this video course. My original plan was to get it out before the end of the month. And you know what? That's not the way I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do is release two courses. Two courses at the same time. You see, I don't want to just release one. I'm going to put out a bundle package. Two courses. These are in development right now. One of them, I've got about 6 modules made for the course, which is fantastic. It's really nice. The exercises on there, everything. It's a really fun one. About 6 modules made. The other one, I've got a few notes, and I'm just brainstorming a little. I know what I want to talk about. I've just got to develop the ideas a little bit more. It's a fun process. I'll tell you what, this is definitely, it's a fun thing I'm getting into. So these video courses, these are to come. And like I said, stress. Folks, this is just a quick message to remind you to subscribe to the Accent Training Podcast. If you haven't already, you don't want to miss a second of this accent training experience, and you want to be updated whenever I've got new content out for you. So if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe now. I'm going to put out that stress course for free. Now, as I mentioned, there will be 2 courses. One will be free. The other one, I haven't put a price on it yet, but I mean, a man's got to eat. You know, a man's got to eat. I got kids coming in the future. I got all this stuff. Gonna have to get paid for something sooner or later. So one of them will be free. The other one, I'll put a good price on it, but something, it'll be reasonable. And you'll definitely, if you feel that you get good content, if you feel educated from this podcast here, this is the tip of the iceberg, my friend. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you about the things, and I'm telling you how you can learn them, and I very much appreciate your enthusiasm. I've got regular listeners ever since some early episodes, people in France, actually, which I wanted to say thank you. Merci. I appreciate it, my French listeners, because it's starting to grow over there. I don't know if it seems to be around the Paris area. I've just got some vague, I can't see, where anybody is. I just get some vague idea based on the statistics. And it's so cool. I'm like, wow, I got people listening in France. That's so cool. They must be sharing it with their friends, and thank you for that. And so absolutely share these things with your friends. And keep an eye out, because video courses are to come later on in the future. So we got video courses. We've got plans. As you can see, I'm okay traveling. I'm going to be traveling around. And if it sounds to you like I'm just having fun, you are totally correct. I'm absolutely having a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun. If you think to yourself, what is this guy doing with his life? Is he really just having fun? Yes. Yes, I found a way to have fun and to enjoy myself, to enjoy what I do. Isn't it nice? It's nice when you find a way that you can have fun and make a living doing it. Absolutely. I got a frequently asked question that comes up. I hear this often. Students will ask me, how can I practice English in my daily life? How can I fit it in? I can't do it. There's no time. I've got kids. I've got to drive around. I've got so many things to do. How can I do it? Well, I've talked about Instagram a little bit, which I wanted to mention, by the way, on Instagram. Another great account to check out is Language Snaps. Language Snaps. All one word. Language, S-N-A-P-S. These ladies are very consistent and making great posts, and I believe that they host some kind of practicing service through another channel. I don't know much about it, but I've just seen that they put a little bit of it. So check them out, though, because they've got actually great tips. I think it's like they're British. They're British. But, I mean, any English is good, and if you can communicate well with British people, that's a lot of English speakers that you can communicate with. So when you're at home, when you're chilling, you need to check out something on your Instagram. Check out Language Snaps. Check out EN Out Loud. EN dot out loud. And chilling. what is chillin', by the way? Well, chillin' is to say that you are hanging out, you're relaxing, you're enjoying your time. You're chillin'. Notice, I'm not pronouncing the NG on the end of chillin' like I taught NG before. Chilling. Ing, ing, in, ing. Okay, Americans do this because we're lazy. Canadians do it too because we listen to Americans too much. Canadians didn't used to do this, but now we do it because there's so much American influence in Canada. It's very informal to do, but in informal speech, you can drop the G off of words that end in ing. I'm chilling. I'm working. I'm walking to the store. Now, the thing is, I don't normally bring that up to my students. And if you're a student who's listening, well, you're not really going to hear me talk about this much in class. Because it's real informal. And if you do it too much, it gives you a bit of a sound that's just kind of like lazy English sounding. You want to be motivated and speak professional, and you don't want to get a redneck sound in your English. So you don't want to say chillin' too much. You can say, if you say chillin', it's an informal word, so you could just say chillin'. That's what chillin' means, relaxing, enjoying yourself. Now, I'm excited, folks. I'm excited for everything I just talked about there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work, but it's the kind of work I'm excited to do. And also I'm excited because I'll be going back to Toronto in the summer, which is very exciting to me. I will be heading on up there, going to Toronto, spending some time just in the country. So not quite to Toronto. I'll be going to Canada, but I'll be going to where my mom lives, out a more rural kind of area, very rural. What does rural mean? Well, rural means in the countryside, outside of the cities, where the trains don't run. Rural. Well, I'll be spending the summer up at my mom's place there. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to be up there. And it'll give me a little bit of time and stuff to, just to keep focused, keep working on my craft, keep piecing this together. The reason to go is not a vacation. If you're in Canada and you're thinking, oh, this guy's just traveling, he's taking a vacation. I mean, for one, I'm Canadian. I can go. It's not a vacation, but I can go. But I don't get out. And I've got some things I got to take care of up there. You know how it is. So I got to head up there and dot my I's and cross my T's. And what does that mean, by the way? There's another good idiomatic expression. Dot my I's and cross my T's. That is to say, clarifying everything. Making things formal, making things official and clear. You've edited it. You made sure everything is clear. You crossed your T's. Because a T needs to have another one go across it. Otherwise, it's an L or a capital I. And that won't serve you any good. I got to go take care of these things up in Canada. And then I'll be right back on down here. Yeah, I got some family I'll get to see. And just take it easy for the summer. And then I might actually go, and I got my brother and my dad. They live in another kind of rural area outside of Calgary. So I might head over there as well. Maybe just driving. I'm not going to take a plane on over there. I'll drive on over there. Be nice to go and see my whole family because my family's like me. As I said, we're spread out. My mom's in one little rural place where there's lots of farms and cows. My sister's in a totally other city with her family. My brother on the other side of the country, and my dad's over there too. And then me, I'm on the other side of the continent, down in Mexico. So, go see my family. And then I'll head on back down to Mexico and lock back up inside. And then, coming back to Mexico, well, we'll see what comes next. By that time, Okay, I'm making predictions now, which I hate to do because I've seen authors who I very much enjoy. I've seen them make predictions, and then when they're late on their predictions, people get a little upset. But this prediction, I think I can keep too. By the time I get back here in Mexico, I believe I will have 3 video courses available. I believe I will have a thriving Instagram account, which is going to have a lot of people such as yourselves who are excited to be on my Instagram, and also people that I find on Clubhouse. I'll have them on my Instagram account as well, and I'll have them as regular listeners, and they will be listening to this episode someday in the future. In which case, if you met me on Clubhouse, thanks. If you met me on Clubhouse, thanks for coming and listening to this whole episode. Very cool of you to have taken the time to do that. I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to get to wrapping this one up for today. I appreciate that you took the time to let me ramble on. What does ramble on mean? Ramble on means just talking and talking, drolling on, just talking and talking. I appreciate you taking the time to listen because, well, for one, this is how you improve your English. If you've been listening and you've been paying close attention, you'll have caught some of the things practiced in previous episodes, and you'll be able to maybe repeat them. Wouldn't that be good? Anyway, enjoy your day, enjoy your morning and evening and afternoon. Enjoy it all. Your meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Make sure that you get your laundry clean and your clothes folded. And whoever was the first person to send me a message on Instagram and ask for an invite to Clubhouse, well, congratulations. Congratulations. Lucky winner. en.outloud. Check me out on Instagram. I'm going to be making a lot of posts. I'm going to be interacting with my listeners more these days. And I mean, yeah, we'll have some kind of celebration stuff. We'll have some things to celebrate when I launch these courses. I'll have a little bit of a celebration thing. When I get to episode 100. Okay, episode number 50. Fantastic. I feel like a real podcaster. I've gotten to episode 50. Man, I'm there. This is good. I feel like I've climbed up quite a bit of a mountain. But you know what? There's a bigger one out there. And I'm going to that one next. But episode number 50, I mean, for me, my celebration today is that I just get to brag about it. I get to brag about it to you. And, well, check me out on Instagram, and you will get the tips that you need to continue on through your day. Keep on listening because there are many, many more good things to come in the days to come. And, as always, have a good one.